Hi, and welcome back to Musing with Mark. I was recently inspired to do this video talking about setting guardrails for our children. I'm not exactly sure where to begin with this, but the conversation that I heard was about a dad talking about setting guardrails for his teenage daughter, especially regarding alcohol, marijuana, and even sex. Now, my kids aren't that old. I have a 6-year-old son and a an 8-year-old son, very soon to be 9. And the issues we're dealing with are a little different. But as parents, you're still responsible for setting guardrails. And honestly, I think you probably have to start when they're fairly young. And there's guardrails from the beginning. As soon as they can crawl, you're explaining what not to climb on, keeping them away from electrical outlets. When they ride a bike, you're telling them, stay in the driveway or stop at the end of the street. Look both ways before you step into the street. All of those are basic guardrails. You're just teaching them safety, or at least that's the way we always think of it. The purpose is obviously for their own safety, but I'm not sure what else we can do. As our kids get older, we keep setting guardrails, but I guess the topic in my mind really is how do we keep our kids safe without setting overly conservative and restrictive guardrails? My mom was a pastor's daughter, and when I was growing up, she felt very strongly about alcohol, and we did not have it in our house, and she did not want anybody in the family drinking. She never drank. My dad, I think, did a little bit socially, but usually not in front of her. And I had no real interest in it, but that's where I was a little different. I maybe was a bit more of a rule follower than some kids, and when I was told, stay away from that for your own safety, for your own good, I generally believed it and did so. But how do you set guardrails for something like that, assuming your kids are not going to totally abstain from the thing, whether it's alcohol or sex or whatever? You teach them what it's good for, the best way, the safest way to partake, but you also teach them the risks and the hazards, the dangers, and you hope and pray that they will make good decisions based off what you've told them. And a lot of parents might tell their kids just, no drinking until you're an adult. It's not legal till you're 21. No smoking. It's not legal till you're, I don't know, it used to be 18, now it might be higher than that. I don't know. Was never into it. Marijuana, which was illegal everywhere when I was growing up, still commonly used by people, but now it's become far more accepted socially and certainly legally in many states. And again, that wasn't something I took part in, but I had plenty of friends who did. And I'm pretty sure most of us had parents who told us the same thing. It's illegal, it's bad, it's dangerous, stay away from it. I don't know. I know what my parents said. I don't even think we talked about marijuana. They're just like, you're not doing that, are you? No. Okay, good. You better not. And that was it. I don't think there was any more discussion about it. But I personally would like to teach my kids as they're growing up to stay away from those things. But as an adult, I find alcohol to be acceptable in small doses. I find drunkenness to be foolish and at extremes, dangerous. I don't really enjoy the company of people when they're drunk or even buzzed. And I've never had enough alcohol to get drunk or buzzed. And I'm happy to keep it that way. That's my personal choice. I'm a little uptight. I don't want to lose control of myself. So I avoid it. And that's fine. It's just saved me money and legal problems and maybe some personal problems that could have arisen from things that might happen when I was drunk. Other people feel differently, behave differently, and make different choices, and that's fine. We live in a world and a country where you're free to make those choices. I'm not talking about this to restrict you. I'm not trying to restrict your children. I am saying or asking, how do you teach your children the safe guardrails? How do you set those guardrails, knowing that the guardrails for your children are probably different than what they are for you now as an adult, and maybe different from what you actually did growing up? Some people just say, oh, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to experiment. They're going to try things. And you got to just tell them the truth about it, that there's risks, and hope and pray for the best. But telling them they should just stay away from it isn't even practical. And for some kids, it's probably not. Some people are more rebellious, more free spirited, more adventurous. They're just going to do it. They're going to try things. Other kids maybe are more like me, a little more of a rule follower. If you have a talk with them, explain the pros and cons, maybe they make some smart, logical decisions and they choose to avoid it. Maybe they learn how to partake in things socially, but keep it under control. I don't know. How do you do it? I haven't really got a lot of opinions or advice to share on this. This video is more about putting this question out publicly and asking, what did your parents do to set those guardrails for you? What was your response? What are you doing to set guardrails for the next generation? Or what did you do for your kids and how did that work? I'm raising kids and I could use input. We all could. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it may be. So if you have thoughts on this, please share them with me and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.